we when we look at that, we have to look at how the availability of the necessary or adequate resources is key to supporting such a system. So for
Mhm.
example, I mentioned the technical support previously in our discussion, like the extension and so we have to look at, is that system adequate enough in terms of the staffing, like the number of extension officers, how stretched are they in supporting our farmers, in extending their support to households, farm gardening, backyard gardening example, extending that support, stretching the resources that they have. A
Mhm.
simple thing like adequate transportation within the ministry to reach the far end of as small as Grenada may be, the extension officers have to get out there. Not all of them have transportation, a lot of them have their own transportation. How adequate is the ministry in terms of its transportation system in reaching out there? So the resources that are available to support such a system is critical in terms of the staffing and in terms of the other the necessary technical support. And also you mentioned the word research, and that is something that is very instrumental and very important, and it is something that we have to spin a narrative to make us become comfortable with that narrative in Grenada, the idea of research and how data can drive how we form policies, how data can drive how we do production, the very pillars of food security. And it is something that I think there's a lot of research out there, but where are they? They're sitting on the shelves. We don't link the data with what is happening. So, for example, we have so much chronic diseases. Even our farmers suffer with chronic diseases, and a lot of farmers are aged, so the diabetes, the hypertension, and so how do we link and we let the farmers know that the very food that they grow, based on research, how do you show them that, yeah, this is the reality of our lifestyle? The data shows that. It shows, these are things that the question is there a research unit at the ministerial level? Is there a research unit at the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council level? Is there a research unit, at the various level that can actually support the idea of food security? It's not just about being food secure, but having the adequate resources that can support that. And I think it is very important for us to focus on the research, to focus on being data driven, to focus on having the adequate resources, because the research also help us to determine the type of resources that we would need to help support, a food and nutrition secured household, or food and nutritional secured country, etc. So research is key. It is important, and we have a lot of persons here that are sitting on information, that are sitting on research. So again, we come to creating the awareness, the opportunities to get that research out there and linking the research with the things that we do, and I think this is very important.